Today we're going to finish up this bow and get it into the hands of Garrett. But we do not have much time, so we've got to move quick. He needs this bow in less than 48 hours is when I'm supposed to give it to him. I haven't even sanded it down or anything yet, so we've got to get going on that. But the first thing we need to do is get a bowstring. Get a bowstring made. Let's go. Okay, the string is on and it's good to go. Now these tips are not pretty at all. They're big and bulky because we just cut the tips down in the last video. So what we're going to do now is shape the tips the way we like. On the end of the limb on the top, I like to do it really sharp and pointy. And then on the bottom, I like to round it off. Okay, so I got the bow tips done. I got them sanded down really nice. And here's the thing, when you're trying to finish a bow, you can take I guess you don't have to take any time at all. Or you can spend like 8 hours. Like right now the bow's shootable, everything works great, except there's just tool scratches through the whole thing. So when you finish it and when you sand it, if you're gonna sand all the tool scratches out, you need to expect the poundage to go down 3 to 4 pounds. You wanna get the bow at the poundage you want, but 2 inches shorter than your normal draw length would be. Because in the final sanding, you normally gain that extra 2 inches of draw length. As you know, I've been fighting the poundage on this bow. It's at 45 pounds at a 28-inch draw right now at this moment. And the limbs were flat, maybe had a little bit of set in them. And so what I'm doing right now back behind me is I'm reflexing the full limb a little bit, just a little bit, so that after the bow is shot a lot, it'll sag back to normal instead of be curved towards the person shooting the bow. No matter how dry the wood is on a bow, if you shoot it a lot, set will occur. So this is something you want to account for. And so the bow could be 45 pounds now, but after 300-400 arrows, it might be down to 40 pounds. And I don't want that to happen. I'd rather be a little strong and then come back down. So I'm gonna finish reflexing this side. Once the heat dries on this side, I'm gonna do the other side, and then we'll continue on the sanding. That is not good. Garrett's gonna hate me. Garrett's gonna kill me. What to do, what to do, what to do. Got to be kidding me. How in the world did you let that happen? Goodness gracious. All right, we've got a little situation on our hands. The handle cracked. Garrett needs the bow in less than 20 hours and the handle cracked. And I've got to drive 300 miles to him. And if you remember when I said that, in the last video when I said that I'm shortening the handle to get a crack out of the wood, well, I didn't get it all the way out apparently, and it cracked. Normally I would just take the whole crack out, flatten both sides, laminate another piece of wood. But to do that I need like wood glue, and that is going to take me 48 hours to cure, and I don't have the time. So what I've come up with is I'm going to try epoxy. Now this is probably an awful idea, but I'm going to go to the store, get some epoxy. I'm going to try to glue this together with epoxy. hopefully it'll be strong enough to hold. Now I do have some really cool pieces of wood that I'm going to be able to laminate on top. Patrick from MT Knives was kind enough when I was with him to send me some really cool blocks of wood to use for different projects, whatever I wanted. So I'm going to use some of that wood, try not to waste any of it, to make this handle thicker. Hopefully this epoxy will work out. I don't really have any other options, so I need to get this epoxy quick, get it on there. Hopefully once it's dry, it'll be strong enough and not too brittle. Cross your fingers. I hope this works because we don't have any other options at this point. We got to make this work. So let's do this. You've got to be kidding me. Okay, now that it's been a while and I've calmed down a little bit, let me tell you what happened. I epoxied it, and as stupid as it was, I tried it anyway, and yeah, it didn't hold. So we've got to come up with a new plan. And with that result, I was so frustrated I probably did some things I shouldn't do. I was so mad I cleaned up my entire shop. I was so mad I read a book about being positive. I was so mad I pinched my finger in the vise on purpose. I was so mad I went out in the rain and sat on some tires. Then I hit my head with a bowling ball. I was so mad I did a handstand on roofing nails. So I think I finally decided that it's just not a good idea to self-destruct. It's not a good idea to self-condemn. And I'm not very good at that, but you know, I came to my senses finally. And I think it is time to go visit Garrett. I'm not gonna tell him anything. I'm just gonna go up to him, accept the gift, pretend like I wasn't supposed to give him anything in the first place. After all, I've only hung out with him once in my life. You know, most people around YouTube are pretty nice, so hopefully he'll just think that I just misunderstood the deal. We'll go off cool, and I'll be able to take the leather goods, and it'll be good. I think it'll be good. So I need to go drive right now, so let's go do that and pray for me. Garrett? Hey. Hey, how's it going?
Good.
Still for me?
Yeah. You got the bow?
What bow?
Dude,
no,
I don't have.
Where's the bow at? Dude, no.